Happy Thursday, everybody.
Oh,
Good evening.
hello. Hi. Happy Thursday.
This is Hadley, and I'm here with Scott and Alan. The Mr.
Yeah.
Restucci couldn't be here tonight. He's got some family stuff going on, a hot date, and we've got a special guest that's going to pop in a minute, or pop up, I should say. And
Not a good choice of words, considering it's the dong lady.
anyway, so what movies did we watch this week?
What the heck is wrong with the children and blood?
Yeah.
What did y'all think about the movies?
Well, you want to start out? Scott, do you want to do the first one?
All right. Which one are we doing? Blood. You want me to do? Let me do. Something's wrong with the children.
Okay.
Hold on, we got the dong lady here.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey, K Jack.
Hey, Whit, Kevin. Hey, Ashhole.
Hey guys.
And we got the Ash is here. The Ash from Nash.
We got him early.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, he's probably not doing any work tonight since we got a big storm brewing our way.
We do too this weekend.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're supposed to get 5 to 8 inches. My wife wishes she was that lucky between tomorrow night and Saturday afternoon.
Well, we have a special guest tonight from our chat room. Welcome, Jen Salmons, aka the Dong Lady.
Dong, 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 dong.
Welcome, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Jen
And
has not seen our movies, but we will have lots of dong talk. So
Yes.
lots of dongs. Well, Craig
Jen?
Boland's in the house, so he'll be happy to talk dongs.
Yep, we got
And
Mike.
we have Mike.
Well,
Yeah,
Ash is in the house, so we're talking boobs. We already know that.
Yeah, boobs and dogs. This is almost like we ought to bring this show to Pornhub.
Hey, Tony. Good evening.
hey guys,
Look at that. He said hi to everybody, even the dong lady.
Yeah.
he's always on the ball there. So okay, blood and
What's wrong with
There's
the children?
something wrong with the children.
Yeah.
which one do y'all want to do first?
Which one do you want to do, Scott? You
Let's do the good one first. There's something wrong with the children.
something wrong?
I'll admit up front, the first half hour of this movie, I was bored shitless. I mean, this movie dragged for 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden, it clicks into high gear. And this movie is one of the most psychological horror, one of the best psychological horror I've seen in years. It deals with a family of, it deals with two families, Ellie and Thomas Hoyter, and Margaret Winslow and her husband, Ben. And been a long week. Ellie and Thomas have two kids, young girl, probably early teens, and then a son, probably about 7 or 8. They go out into the woods to this cabin to have a nice vacation. They're having a good time. They're chatting. They're talking. There's a lot of Ellie tells Margaret about a time that, she was supposed to be swinging with her husband and another couple, and she talks about how she went all the way, but her husband and the other woman couldn't. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm going to shoot myself. Let me turn on Thanksgiving. Kill it.
I was going to ask, is that what bored you? Like you were totally bored with the swinging stories?
I don't want to hear about it. I want to watch it. If I want to see swinging, I'll go to Pornhub.
It wasn't even described.
Yeah, it wasn't even described.
Very
She was
well.
talking about
There
how
was no
she
dong
was
talk,
getting into
is
it.
what you're telling
This
me.
is when I say it's like I watched a different movie.
Yeah. So, they find this creepy cave in it. And they're like, okay, this is creepy. Let's go in. Yeah, we better not go back. And then one night, the little kid, Spencer, the boy, takes off. And I'm trying to remember which one follows him. Is it Ben or is it his
Ben
father?
follows him. Ben follows him.
That's right. Ben follows him into the woods. Now, Ben has emotional stability issues. He's had a breakdown before. He follows the kid, and he watches Spencer jump off the edge of this huge pit that you can't even see the bottom of it. The kid jumps in, and he's like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" So he goes back to and they're watching. Spencer and Margaret are watching the kids. So Ellie and Thomas can sort of patch up their bad relationship. So he goes back and he doesn't know what to do. And he doesn't say anything. And the next morning he goes over to their house to tell them, and Spencer's there. But there's something wrong with Spencer. You can tell. And then shortly thereafter, Lucy, the older sister, jumps in the pit. She comes back. There's something wrong. This is when the movie gets good. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. But these two kids, pardon me for saying this because it's the best way, they mind fuck with Ben. They drive this guy insane. They screw around with him. They're one way with their parents and with Ben's wife. They're completely psychotic with this guy. There's something definitely going on. And nobody
wrong with the kids.
Yeah, there is something wrong with these kids. And nobody believes Ben because they think he's having another nervous breakdown. And the deeper it gets in, these kids manipulate them. And to the point that these four best friends are practically at each other's throat. And then it takes a turn for the worse. Now that they've screwed this group up, now that they've mind fucked them, now it's time to take them out one by one. And I don't want to go any farther than that because it really gets good. Like I said, the first half hour of this movie, sit on your phone and go on Instagram, just barely listen to it. But once the kid jumps down the mine shaft, watch this movie. It will screw you up.
Yeah.
So
I'm really jealous that I can't be in the chat room. Can I just say that real quick?
You can't be in the chat room?
I can't chat.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Huh. Well,
You can't see
Craig.
I can see it, but I can't interact.
Oh.
Well, Craig.
It's making me sad. For example, I think it's funny that Ash used one of my least favorite words, but talked about titties. And yes, where is our favorite Landa? Exactly.
She's there.
Landa's here.
Okay. Oh, there she is.
Landa's at the bottom. I'm just going through all of the things now.
Good evening, Landa, and good evening, David Muga.
Tony, how you doing?
I saw
nice call,
Mona's here. Mona's here. She said that she's got some glitch going on because of the weather.
I know. I was worried about Landa. She's going to glitch out on us.
And Mona's here.
Well, they're dodging tornadoes in Texas.
Hello, Mona.
Yes, there is what? No, I don't even know if I want to act.
I will take my shirt off. If you guys are hard enough for titties with a D, I will move it.
Shit. That's loud. Sorry, guys. I'm new to the game.
Hey, Scott. I agree with you. The first half hour of this movie, I was like, what are we watching?
Yeah.
The music. I like the music though. The music was like one of those Italian 70s, what they call them, giallo movies where they stab people and shit like that.
The music was very good.
It was hot. It was kind of crazy too. I mean, it really set the mood, and you felt bad for Ben.
Oh yeah,
because
until
then you didn't feel. Yeah, but you're like, is he going crazy? Are we on a trip with him? And then you're like, you figure it out, and it was okay. It was okay. It was my least favorite of the two. Well, it's not my least favorite of the two. I'm sorry. No, I take that back. It was the least favorite of the one of the least favorite of the movies I've seen this week. But
I thought they were both good movies, though.
Oh, wow.
They were both worth watching.
Yeah, they are. They're both worth watching.
They were different. They were original. I enjoyed them.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but the kids are effing creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you parents deal with these. How did they grow up? I mean, Spencer,
The title of the movie sounds like an old man. Problem with kids these days, like. Sorry.
Because like Ben's like, he likes to deal with the kids and he's done. He's like grandparents. I'll play with them for a little while and then I'll drop these kids off back to their parents, And he doesn't really want to have kids, but does he want to have kids? Well, this movie really makes him really think about it. Make you all think.
That would be a hard pass for me.
Want to think about it. I have kids.
It would be a hard pass after meeting Spencer and Lucy.
Yeah. This movie's been done before, though. You know what I mean? The same kind of premise. There's one called Along Came the Devil or something like that. It's a Mexican movie. It's in Spanish, and these kids fall in a cave, and it's a lot weirder than this one, though.
Well, speaking of Spanish and Mexico and caves and children, I recently watched a movie called The Old Ways or The Ancient Ways or something. It was like a 2022 movie, and this girl goes back home to like where her family is from in Mexico, and she goes into a cave and she gets possessed by this creature, and they take her to like this ancient bruja, and it was like that kind of exorcism, and it was pretty good.
Oh wow! How'd you know, Craig? So, you know what they call a comedian that's a bruja?
A brouhaha?
Yeah.
You're so funny, Alan. I'm gonna have to slap my knee on that one.
I saved up all week for that. So, anything else on this movie, Hadley?
This movie, I thought it was very creepy. I was very nervous throughout when the excitement started. I was I would say, I had lots of commentary. It was one of those that really got me talking while I was watching it. My companion probably didn't enjoy it as much as I did because I just was like, oh my God, nothing good chitters is what I was saying.
Are we going to give it any donging?
No,
who gets dongs?
Well, the girl that was telling the story definitely got one. Well, her husband
got two. She got her husband and the other guy.
No, because her husband was sitting with the other chick and didn't do anything.
But he gave it to her later that night.
Yeah, but I think that was because he was drunk.
Well,
the one thing about this movie that impressed me, it was the first movie directorial debut of the director, Roxanne Benjamin. She did 10 TV episodes before this. And the script writers also worked with her on Intruders, VHS Viral, and one of them, TJ Simfel, worked on No Tell Motel. So we're not talking a really experienced horror movie crew. Right. I mean, we're talking people that are pretty fresh in the business. I thought they did a fantastic job. I mean, there was like Alan, like you said, there was a point in the movie where I'm thinking, okay, is this going to be him mentally falling apart at the seams? But then when they had that big blowout, when all the kids manipulate all the family members, then it was like, oh man, these kids are effed up.
Yeah. Hey, Rich, we got you, brother. Rich. Be careful driving on the way home, man.
Yeah, you're driving in Massachusetts. You know what a bunch of massholes we are.
Yeah.
Hey, Jenny.
Yeah.
Joe Hansen left you a comment. You see it?
Yeah, I do. No, it's not misspelled. I'm Dong Lady.
Yeah. You know, this one was I didn't recognize any of the actors except for Ben. And I had to look it up, and he was in Purge Anarchy. He was the couple.
He's been in some other stuff too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has been. And he was in that vampire show on Netflix where the priest comes into town and he's a vampire.
Is that the one on the island?
Yes.
I know which one you mean. Huh, maybe that's where I remember seeing him.
Yeah, he's the guy that moved home and he's just got out of prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. So I really didn't recognize anybody except for him, and it had the real feel of an indie. It's Blumhouse. Blumhouse churns out horror films every month, and I'd say about 70% of their movies are good or decent. They're just this horror mill right now. They put Megan out.
They did Megan too.
They did Megan, yeah. So
don't like creepy dolls.
I'd say that one. It's creepy and suspenseful. It's not really a horror movie. It's more of a creepy movie.
Yeah.
So we haven't rated it. We haven't donged the movie yet. That's next.
I'm gonna give it 4 because this really had me on the edge of my seat.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was creepy. I mean, like I said, nothing good chitters. There's no good chittering.
Yeah. Dolls and mirrors will keep you up at night, says David.
That's
Muga.
true. True that, David.
Alan, what do you give the movie?
I will give it 3.5 dongs. I enjoyed watching it once it got rolling, but I wouldn't watch it again. I really like the soundtrack, the way the music was done. I really like that. It just gave it an extra creep factor.
It kind of had like the music they were playing was kind of punkish, and it kind of sounded like someone I should know.
Yeah. Whoa.
Well,
whoa. What's happening in the chat room?
That's why Lander and Dong Lady fit with this group so well. I'm going to give the movie 3.8 dongs and erect dongs, not limp ones. The only reason I don't give it 4 is because they almost lost me during that. I would have shut the movie off if I didn't have to watch it for tonight's show. I'm glad I didn't, because the last hour and 20 minutes was worth it. Yeah. And I would watch this movie again if somebody wanted to see it. I'd watch it again with them, but this isn't one I'm going to like the thing I'll watch, once a month.
Okay, so let's go and hit that second movie.
Okay. Blood. Do you want to Hadley, you haven't introduced movies in a while. Do you want to do this one?
Sure. I don't have any of my notes, but okay. I will just take my parachute and jump. So, Blood is about this woman who she's gotten divorced from her husband. They've got 2 children. She apparently is a nurse who had an addiction issue. And because of that issue, and she's recovered, she's a recovering user now. The husband is taking her back to court, so she's having some issues with this. Well, they have this dog, and the dog and the kids go out to this creepy tree, and the next thing you know, the dog runs off, and I'm skipping a lot here, people, but stuff happens, and the dog comes back late one night after the kids have just been devastated the dog was gone. Well, let me tell y'all, the dog is not the same. And he attacks the little boy, and then the little boy's not the same. And obviously, from the title, it's blood. So it has very suspicious vampiric overtones. Was he a vampire? Well, he sure liked to drink blood. But so the mom is getting blood from the hospital, and it just becomes a thing. I thought this movie was very well done. It was very slow paced, but it was very original, and I really liked that. Y'all know I like fresh things and different perspectives, and this movie really. Hey, Tina.
We got to clean it up. Tina's here. I can't talk like I was.
No dongs.
Oh, I'm sure she knows how bad you were.
But no, I really liked this movie. I liked that it was very, like I said, it was a fresh take on the whole vampire thing, if it was a vampire. The use of the family dog was good. You actually didn't, as a dog lover, I can say this, you actually didn't really miss that the dog got killed, because the dog was just a monster. But I'm not going to give any details. Y'all know I prefer y'all to watch it. I think that you should watch this movie. I think that it was worth watching. Of the 2, I'll say that the other one scared me more, but this one's going to stick with me. So what did y'all think? Alan, Scott?
This one was slow for me. It was slow. The acting was good in it. that kid was so dang cute, and then he turns into this thing, and it's creepy because he wants the blood, and when the mom's giving him the blood and he's just looking in anticipation to, give me more. And she drains that bottle, gives it to him. He sucks it down and then he hands it back to her. It's like,
more.
Yeah. It had some good parts in it. But it was a slow moving story. It never explained the tree. That tree out there in the dried up lake.
Yeah, I got questions. I have lots of questions from this.
Landa watched both of the movies. Why? That was Landa. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The next guest host is going to be Landa.
It never gave a lore to the tree of what was in that tree. It was like the children's story. It replaced the kid or some. You know what I mean? There was something in there.
Yeah.
It never
I kept wondering what got the dog and if it was coming back for the mom. And I really thought they were going to shift this up and, that we were going to see it and it was going to be the big bad. But the big bad was actually the little kid.
Well, did you watch the end credits? Did you watch?
I did.
Okay,
I did.
good.
And I'm hoping they do another one. Like I said, this would be a great series. It had definite this is a great introduction into a series.
Yeah. Well, this was another one that could have been. I would have liked it better if it trimmed about 20 minutes off it. Maybe a half hour off it.
Yeah, it was slow. Like I said, it was a very slow paced movie, and you kept waiting for there to be more action. But I really enjoyed it. Scott, what about you?
I did not like the movie. Now, I thought the premise was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, this woman is a nurse. She, her son comes back. Her son is sick. She's doing everything she can. If I remember, they give him a blood transfusion and he starts to get better. And then as she realizes that he needs blood to survive,
right,
she's willing to do almost anything to provide him with blood. And that to me was just a phenomenal part of the movie. How far would a mother go to keep her son alive, even if her son was evil? I like that. The problem is I just thought the movie lacked in so many ways. I mean, she wasn't that bright. She's stealing all this stuff from a hospital with security cameras. I mean, come on,
Well, she was an addict, though, so she had experience.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing I like, too, which to me also reminded me of there's something wrong with the children. The main adult character had a problem. They had some type of medical or drug problem or alcohol problem, and nobody would believe them. And for a while, you're starting to wonder, is this kid really sick or is, she imagining that? And I do admit, one of the great scenes, it was sad because it was so realistic, was when the father starts taking advantage of her.
Oh, yeah.
And taking advantage of her because she's starting to fall apart to rip the kids from her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. It had a great premise. I think it just fell flat. I think they could have done a much better job.
The acting was great, though.
Well, the acting that was my question. I was going to ask that.
And you had Skeet Ulrich. You never see Skeet Ulrich and stuff. And that was great.
Hey, Alan, do y'all remember what was it last week or the week before? I asked y'all if y'all had seen Jericho.
Yeah.
In scene, what was the dog's name?
Jericho, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was probably what do you call it? Easter egg for fans.
Maybe, yeah.
But it was good to see him in a role, even though I didn't like the role he was in. So that was good. And Michelle Monaghan, is that her name? She did good. It's funny because Landa says it made me think I must not be a great mom. You never know how good a parent you are until you have a vampire kid, right?
But that would suck.
He was great. I mean, when he started really looking like a vampire and with his little eyes when they changed, he was way creepier to me than even the creepy chittering children in the There's Something Wrong with the Children.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because he's a cuter kid. Really. Come on.
Not at the end.
No.
Well, at the end. Well, though, when it was going on, you're like, oh, how could you do that? Could you do that? And then you're like, okay, well, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to.
Okay, it was a great premise. There was great acting, and it was a great storyline. What did you not like about it, Scott?
Ooh.
It's just the way it was all came together.
Okay.
It was the
It
kid
was no snatch, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, for some reason, I agree with you. The actors, the kid was great, and the kid wasn't evil. He was just
disturbed.
He needed blood to survive, and the sister was freaking out. There was just something about it. The way it was done didn't connect with me. I'm not saying it was bad. Don't watch it. I think a lot of people would love this movie, but it's one of those, it's like, yeah, great premise. I don't know. Maybe when they killed the dog the first time, it was like, nope, that's it for me. But it didn't grab my attention the way There's Something Wrong with the Children did.
I get that.
Well, I think it was the slow pace to it, but I thought it was brilliant because there were little things like when the mom she's actually getting her blood and doing transfusions and giving the child the blood to drink when she can't get blood by other means.
Right.
So she's got all the track marks of a junkie.
Yeah.
And the ex-husband comes by and he sees and she's like all acting like, she's out of it because she's she's anemic and she's falling apart like y'all said. And she did really well at that. And then the fact that you see how the little boy is changing and it's very slow. And to me, it had an element of realism to it. There was something real about his shift from the sweet child he was. And you remember when the sister was like, hey guys, you need to try and control this. You can control it. You can control it. And they kept telling him that. And he's like, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
this is a spoiler, but I mean, do you remember when he looked at the baby and he was like, oh, nom, nom, nom.
Yeah. I was worried about that baby. Hey, Alan. I was worried too. I thought this movie might go that way.
Well, exactly. But to me, that was brilliant. It was just, there wasn't enough of the story for it to really get to answer the questions about the tree, to answer the questions about what got the dog.
They could have, would have, should they thrown in some lore, I mean, she does say something about these things flying in the air that they kill. Remember, I can't remember. It was kind of innocuous little thing she was talking about, but the daughter to her brother, but it really didn't make sense as to what's in the tree. You know what I mean? So, but I like what you were saying about the kid is he's starting to lose control and he's talking to his sister about it. Am I going to be okay? And I like that part. It just moves slow.
Yeah. It's slow. And the other movie, when it picked, I mean, let's just say when they started looking at the lights, I like the glowing. I mean, when they started speaking about the shimmering, they just were creepy as AF, but yeah, I thought they were both good movies for the week, and they were some creepy kids, guys.
They were. Oh, I did like the scene though where the victim, because I want to say, runs into that barbed wire fence and throat. I thought that was great. That was just like,
And that was another time when I thought that whatever was in the tree was going to get her.
At what point did they hit the vampire kid in the head with a hammer?
I agree with Alan. I think that's what I didn't like about it. It was too slow.
Yeah.
If they'd cut out a lot of once the kids started turning, if they just tightened up the movie, I think it would have been better.
I agree.
Londa, we love your dirty mind.
They should have had a tightener.
I was going to say, I love your dirty mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They should have had a tightener or a fluffer on scene. I don't know, something. But yeah, it wasn't a horrible movie by any means. It's not one I'd watch again.
No.
But it just.
But if it had a prequel or a sequel, you'd watch it.
Oh yeah.
No.
Because it did leave you wanting more.
Well, I just want to know what the tree.
Well, I want to know what was in the tree.
But you see, I could even live without that.
Oh, not me.
You know, no, I mean, I could live without that, but.
Did you see what Craig wrote? Craig Boland, because if I had a kid that drank blood, I'd be hitting him in the head with a hammer. Don't care how cute he is. What if you had a Doberman that drank blood, Craig?
Yeah, but you hit your kid in the hammer because he's drinking blood. He's going to float by your window later that night. So yeah. I saw Salem's Lot.
And Ash, who would you like to be your fluffer? Oh.
Okay, Ash, I am not staying over your house anymore.
You need big hands. So what do we give this movie then? What are we gonna give it?
Let's dong it up, guys. Come on.
Dong it up. Adley? Sorry, Scott.
Scott.
All right, listening to all of you talk and taking some of you in, I'm going to go up a little bit. I'll give it 3 medium hot dogs.
Adley?
I'm going to go and give it probably a 4.
So that's your dong count 4, huh?
Yeah.
My dong count is 4. 4 for 4. I like these movies about the same. The other one on the creep factor got me more, but this one I think had a better story. This story had me asking questions when it was over.
I don't know if I'd like that in a movie.
Yeah, right.
Well, like I said, to me, there needs to be another movie, and I think that the end credit scene gave hope for that. So,
I like my movies to answer my questions.
Right.
I don't like it. Yes, I don't like ambiguous dong lady.
Oh, how many books of yours have sequels?
1.
No. Scott's got the same. I've got how many Nurse Alyssas are 500 now?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like, the zombies attack Nurse Alyssa. At the end of the book, I'm not going to write a second one. I don't know. How did this movie, let me check and see how this movie did.
Well, while you're doing that,
they're both brand new. So.
Oh, yeah. I'll give this one 3. I'm with Scott. I will give this one 3 just because it just moved like sludge. It had good points in it, and I would recommend it, even though I'm giving it a 3, because a lot of people like vampire stories and these kind of stories. And I had higher hopes, I guess, for this. By the preview, by the trailer, I thought it would be a little more action-packed or move a little faster.
Yeah, I can see that, but again, I thought it was a good story, and I loved how original it was. And Craig, I'm going to say semi-flaccid.
I actually was going to say a hard 4. It's always a hard. Go with the hard candy.
It wasn't a hard 4 though. It wasn't.
Thank you,
Londa.
It
was a soft 4. Ooh,
it wasn't soft. I'm not. I guess I am going to say it. It's a 40-year-old man hard.
Oh,
so not that hot.
I don't know exactly what that
It was not a 17-year-old.
Tell us more about that, Hadley.
Yeah, we're interested now.
We should feel personally attacked, all of us, all the guys on the feed too, because I know they're all older than 17.
Yeah, but I bet they remember when it was 17.
Oh yes, now it takes me all night, but I used to do all night long. The movie came out in mid-January, about the same time as There's Something Wrong with the Children. It's made $250,000 so far.
Oh.
Which is probably good because I don't think it had a theatrical release, did it?
I don't think it did either.
Yeah.
I don't think it did.
Thank you, Landa. I knew at least one person would appreciate that.
Depends on the amount of Viagra, according to Ash, is all I'm going to say. And or scream cream for the ladies.
We've risen to a new low.
Oh, no, don't say that. That's a challenge.
Yeah, really.
Me and Ash are in the house. We could get to the point YouTube will shut down.
The only reason I was shut down is because my daughter and my wife are probably listening, or watching.
Oh, I'm trying to watch what I say. It's not hobo with a shotgun, is what you're telling me.
It's me. I don't care what you guys say. You're fine.
Okay. So you have to behave, but we
yes, I have to mind my
let
P's.
loose. I gotcha.
Yeah, the last thing is like, if somebody tells Tina, "Oh, I saw your husband the other night. He was so foul language." That's it. We'd lose Alan.
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah, that's Tina. My wife was.
Am I right, Tina?
My wife was a sailor, so.
Oh well, then I'm sure she can out talk you. Yeah, that's true, Greg.
That's true, Greg. My daughter and
Scott, I noticed a big microphone by you. Can you pull that closer to you? I just want to see the size of your microphone because it looks big.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, very big.
Baby. All right.
Yeah, I like a big mic.
I don't think it's as big as Alan's was.
No, it isn't.
Alan, you used to have a big
Dick
one.
Cannon. Remember Dick Cannon?
Yes. Yep. Whenever I get banned from Facebook, Dick Cannon takes over.
So, shall we move to? Yes, you are, Ashhole, but we all are. The Last of Us. You want to talk The Last of Us, and then we can talk whatever. It only looks big. It's only big.
It's because it's up close. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Rich has his scores.
Rich is giving a 17-year-old hard 4.
Ooh.
It's something wrong with the kids?
Kids was 3.2. He was not so into the 3.2 kids.
No.
Yeah, he was probably going, well, whoever he was watching with was going, I love this movie. This is great. What's going on here? That's
those
probably
damn kids. There's something wrong with kids.
Of his when he was watching it with somebody. That other person was probably going, "What? Oh, this is awesome! Oh, I love this movie." And Richard's probably going, "Yeah." I'll shut up.
I was gonna say, Alan.
So let's talk The Last of Us.
Well,
it better be getting better because you guys every week are saying how you're hoping it's going to get better.
Have you seen it?
I don't watch it. No, that's why I totally check out when you guys start talking about it.
Well, I can totally check out. I watched it. I've watched every episode so far, and I could have totally done without this one. It's just for me, and I'm probably in the minority here, but it just is not what I wanted to watch. Give me some Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah, bring on Ted Lasso.
Oh,
Ted Lasso.
I thought she said something else. Sorry.
What did you think she said? I want to hear that.
He started red. It must have been good.
Ted was tit. I'm like, what?
Yeah, not me. Not Lasso and tits around here.
Get that mic out of your ear, Scott. So what do you think, Scott, of this episode?
All right, I went on 2 different Facebook groups and talked about this, and one of them somebody accused me of being woke, and it's like I don't because I think it's because they were the girls were lesbians. That didn't bother me. What bothers me is that they do, and I understand they're in the they're in the game. They're an integral part of the game. That's fine. Like the 3rd episode with, I can't remember his name, the guy that set up the whole prepper city and his lover. But it takes away from it's a side show. I think they could do it in flashbacks and get it much better done. It was an entire hour-long episode that, to me, just, they show how she got bit. You needed an hour to show that. Some people who play the game love it. And they say that those of us that are watching it for the zombies, well, we ought to go back to watching The Walking Dead. I don't know. And people who don't play the game say, no, we want to see more zombies. So I didn't like it. I thought it slowed it down. If they continue running the shows like this, I'm probably not going to watch season 2.
Well, Rich, here's what Rich is saying. He says 2 episodes left, zombies or GTFO for next season. So that's Rich's opinion of that. It was kind of a meh. I've been using this word a lot to describe this series now. It's a meh. like you said, I feel the same with you. They could have had a flashback real quick. She got bit. Her love affair with a gal doesn't happen till the second game. So they jumped the shark on this. But I guess they wanted to show her somebody she cared about dying.
Could it be jumping the shark if it's season 1? I mean, like, that's so sad that they're already getting desperate.
I agree.
I think there's a lot of that. They'll have these really great people that do these cameos. And like Ron Swanson. I fucking love Ron Swanson. And the episode was great, but it just didn't, it wasn't exciting.
Right.
And it didn't really contribute to the story that's being told.
Mm-mm.
It was, again, something that could have been done in a flashback. But they'll have it's just, and y'all talked about it last week when the Native American couple that they saw at the beginning of last week's episode.
Yeah.
They were phenomenal. I would have loved to have seen more with them.
Oh my God.
5 minutes. They had 5 minutes and they were done. It was out.
And that's what they do. And I thought this was going to be more about her getting bit and us finding out why she was, or what made, and I was joking around when we were watching it saying, well, I guess it's the clown mask or whatever the mask was that she had on. But it really didn't contribute to the story, I felt, other than to make her have a relationship with a girl, which, is neither here nor there. It didn't matter.
So how are you woke, Scott? Do tell.
Well, I don't know. This person said, she said, why are you so woke? We are all around you. Don't you realize? And I'm like, I never said woke. I said the whole issue of their sexuality aside, it isn't relevant to the whole series, to have a whole series of them dating. A whole episode of them dating. I would have felt the same way if it was if she was dating a guy. It's just, it didn't, and it was like at the end, it's like, what is she? Oh, that's right. Last episode, he got shot. Now he's dying in the thing. It's like, you could have done more of that in the hour.
Right.
I don't have a dong for this show at all. Like, I can't even give it a dong.
It doesn't have a dong.
Rich
no dong.
There is no dong on this show. Like,
no, and the gal, not Ellie, but the other gal in this episode, she was a good little actress.
She was.
Oh, I liked her character.
Oh, all the actors and actresses in this show are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they're not being used to the best of their abilities.
No.
I guess that's what's disappointing.
No. Yeah, Pedro is he is definitely.
Who in Hollywood isn't?
Yeah, exactly. Anyone that's not in a B movie is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What did I make you limp for? I don't understand. What did I say?
Huh?
Oh, because I wouldn't give it a dong.
We're just reading the comments.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say.
Lambda gives it mega dongs, and she asked y'all to fight her.
It's. I guess it. I wish it moved a little faster. I guess, and there were more mushroom people. I shouldn't have said that. Damn it.
I don't care about the mushroom people. I want more guns and fighting.
Yeah.
And I want to see some action. Well, the first episode was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they were in Kansas City, Jens, where the zombie doll came out from underground, that was a pretty good one too.
Well, again, I have to take mushrooms to watch this show at this point.
You need.
I haven't heard anything good besides Landa. I totally appreciate what you're saying, but I think I'd have to, I don't know, smoke the wacky weed or something to watch the show at this point. Because every week it's like, it's got to get better. It's got to get better.
I knew I shouldn't have said about the mushroom people. I knew it.
Well, the 5th episode was great when they team up with the kid, with the father and his son, and they're trying to get him out. If Pedro and the girl take the son with them, he'll show them how to get out of the city. And there was a lot of action, a lot of tension, and then especially the end. But it's like this show, it only got exciting when the mushroom guy came out and attacked them.
Yep. I knew I shouldn't have said anything about the mushroom people. But this, I don't know. I mean,
right.
There's just something. I know Pedro Pascal's, great in acting these. I just watched The Mandalorian the other day and thought I was watching this for a second. I mean, it's better. Mandalorian episode was better, but I mean, this guy's typecast into, escorting kids through apocalyptic scenarios.
Well, so. I ain't gonna hate on him for having a paycheck.
No, nah.
No, and I mean they're doing a fantastic job. The dynamic between him and Ellie is, I mean, I still love that scene when she's like looking through the dirty magazine. Why are the pages sticking together? And the way he hems and haws.
Yeah,
I mean that's what a 14-year-old girl would do to an adult. Let's face it.
It's bordering on the later seasons of The Walking Dead. It's just kind of going that way.
Yeah,
it needs to pick up.
Keep saying that, and I don't understand what y'all mean.
Well,
can someone explain it to me?
Well, where it's getting away from the creatures, the zombies, whatever, and more into the humans fighting human aspects, and not even that. Just where there was a long stretch of characters and nothing really going on. If you know what I mean. I don't know if.
Yeah, I mean.
Myself.
To me, the problem with The Walking Dead was, as Alan said, they added so many characters that you'd have to go 2 or 3 episodes before you saw them again. My favorite was Carol. I just adored her. And then it got to the point, like I'd watch it for 2 or 3 weeks and not see Carol.
Yeah.
And there were times like I'd be watching it with my wife and we're like, no, wait a minute, who are those two? That's the couple. Oh, yeah, I remember now. And that's what they're doing here. It's like, one episode doesn't have Pedro or Elle. Next episode, it does. Next episode, they share it. Next episode, they're not in it at all. So,
yeah. Okay. So I see what y'all are meaning.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Last
Mike,
season.
And I'm sorry, Mike, if I did not say hi earlier, because you're here. You're a faithful fan.
We told her, she just said, "Nah, I'm not going to say hi." The actors
just going to ignore people tonight. No, I don't mean to ignore anybody. I don't have my glasses on. I'm lucky I can see anything.
And the other thing that gets me about The Walking Dead is like, okay, let's beat a dead horse. We've now got Fear the Walking Dead. We had The Walking Dead babies. Those 4 teenagers. Oh, that's what I call it.
Babies? What was that?
Teenagers. Yeah, it was The Walking Dead baby. Now we've got like Daryl is in Paris. How the bloody hell does Daryl get to Paris during an apocalypse?
He takes the supersonic Concorde.
Is he really in Paris?
They're showing him with the Eiffel Tower. So unless he's in
maybe
Vegas.
He's in Vegas.
Maybe, but now you got Negan and Maggie having their own show. Oh boy, they're going to get along well together. And Michonne and Rick. I mean, it's like, come on, people, do something new.
Well, at the end of the Muppet Baby Walking Dead, there's element of some French agents or something going on. They show a little in one of the end credit scenes or whatever. There's some French shenanigans going on. So I don't know how that ties in, but that's probably what they're going to go on. That's probably why they threw it on there. It was just a yawn.
I don't know who Daryl is, but they need to take a shower, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Daryl. What's his name?
He's the dirty redneck Adonis on Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love that when him and Carol were having the fling, and she kept on calling him Pookie.
They had a fling? What?
I think they did. There was like one episode. It's like in between seasons where they'd be together and she'd be looking at him and calling him Pookie, and he's getting all embarrassed.
I think
that's a visual and a half right there.
I don't think they had sex. I think it was more of a
flirty.
Yeah. So, David, so you tell me the
David,
French.
the French survived because they surrendered immediately to the zombies.
Yep.
Okay, I just got us banned in France.
Well, so I have questions. Okay, so the mushroom.
That was my comment related to that.
The mushroom people, this all happened 20 years ago. So, because I was surprised, like, people are out doing stuff. When we saw in that first episode how people were just getting infected. So, is that why we're not seeing more zombies? Because they just kind of.
Well, so far.
They're like, I mean, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, Scott, but what I'm trying to understand, because again, I don't know anything about this game, but it seems to me like anytime they're in nature, you would have a larger chance of having a big mushroom patch occur.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they die off, but I know the whole thing. The cities are now dystopian, and they did refer to that, which I liked. When they were telling Elle, don't keep on screwing up. Rather than being ordered around, you'll be an officer. You'll get to order people around. And that's the whole reason why they're trying to get out of there and get someplace better to live.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that whole scene when he was laying it out to her, what was going on. I like that the officer was. I thought that was a good scene.
And then, I think it was brought home to the point very well when the other girl, I don't remember her name, was telling Elle, yeah, you know what they're going to give me? They're going to, they're going to let me overwatch the people who are going to clean the toilets.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good too. But the episode I don't know. It just didn't hit home with me. It really didn't. I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to watching it. I love apocalyptic stuff. But,
definitely a flaccid dong.
Oh, no, this one doesn't even get a raise at all. I mean, this is
it's soft.
This is like some guy looking at this is the guy looking at the women of the View naked. There's nothing going on there.
Oh, that's not very nice. I don't even know who's on the View now, but okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how are the ratings doing? Anybody know on this? How the ratings are doing on this?
I think
Landon's giving eggplants. I'm thinking pretty good.
Yeah,
she's loving it.
I thought she was liking the dong.
She is.
I thought she liked her a good dong, and she's saying she likes 5 inches. Is that what that means?
No, it's 5 dogs.
She's giving it 5 dongs. That's
Okay.
what she's telling you. It's like granny porn.
Well,
hey, if you're 80 years old, that's hot.
I'm not a quitter, so I'll watch all the episodes. But I really hope that it's better this coming week, because it's so snooze.
If I don't start, then I don't have to be a quitter.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I think somebody said in the comments there's only 2 more episodes to go, I think.
Yeah, Rich,
yeah. So I'm going to give it to the end of the season, and if it doesn't like wow me with a blockbuster ending, it's like that's it. I'm not going to bother with next year.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. Something that should have been a paragraph ended up being 4 chapters. That's what this feels like right now.
I like a good 7, David, but I did say 5.
Wow, it's like reading Moby Dick. It's like, oh, good. Now what happens? Oh, a chapter on whaling.
Exactly. Good. That's good. And there's a lot of people that are hoping it gets better, like us, but I don't know.
And that's the thing is, it goes in cycles. The first 2 episodes were action. The third one was one of the most brilliantly written TV episodes I've ever seen. I almost cried at the end. It was so good. Then the 4th one kind of went down. Then the 5th one went up. Now the 6th, then the 7th.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
It's like riding the kiddie roller coaster at the amusement park.
Yeah. I want to see some heinous action. Naughty Night.
Yeah, I like Naughty Hadley.
So, are we going to rate this episode or?
I thought we did. We gave it a flaccid dong.
Yeah.
The collective. Okay, I agree with that. I will definitely agree with that.
I think Landa would say something different. I think she gave it 5 dongs or eggplants, whichever.
Well, she just likes Pedro.
Yeah.
I know.
Who is Craig? Craig, yeah, like you know me or something.
Yeah. The ones that are sweet and innocent on the outside are the ones that
never claim to be sweet or innocent.
Yes, you do. And then you say I corrupted you. That's how that goes down.
No, you did.
You didn't corrupt her. You just brought
I'm the one that was taking her to bars, and she's
brought
the,
the
one who
inner
introduced me to
Hadley out.
Devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
Yeah, you did introduce me to bars at 17, so I don't really think you can say I corrupted you.
I didn't. I just you devil lettuce me. I mean,
and you enjoyed that devil's lettuce.
I love the devil's lettuce.
Again, watch the game video Olympic. Okay. I don't know what that means. What
I don't either.
Well, it's about time to wrap things up.
Ash is probably 7 beers and 2 bottles of vodka into the show right now. So. If he can type fairly relevant, we're doing
so.
Good.
Let me ask you this: will we ever get to see Ash?
Yes. Okay. You will.
Ash just went down the anal road. Just throwing it out there.
What?
Oh, look at your own comments, lady.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you guys will eventually. And Ash may make several appearances on the show.
I like choked on the little bit of sip that I took, and I went, "Oh,
is he gonna?
Anal? Uh-oh."
Is he gonna pull a seat up right next to you, Scott? And you guys are gonna be like,
"No, yeah, we're gonna be doing it like, it'll be like Siskel and Ebert."
There you go.
And I think we're the only ones that know what Siskel and Ebert is.
I remember
people on this chat. I say that to the younger generation, and they're like, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me Ash isn't allowed over anymore because you guys were talking fluffers?
I'm just not sleeping over his house at night. or if I do, I'll give him a kiss before I go to sleep and let him stay up all night.
So he fluffs more than the pillow when you stay over there.
Yes.
What kind of relationship do y'all have? No.
All
right, guys, we got 3 minutes to wrap it up. So let me hurriedly say thank you to our partners. We've got Metaphysical Mississippi. We've got Paul Cousins. We've got Sylvester Barzy, Stephen Landry, Night Callers Productions. It's Bigfoot. Night Callers Bigfoot Radio. And we've got who else?
Christian.
Yes.
Christian.
So y'all be sure to show them some love. Go check out their pages. Look and see what wonderful things they're doing. We've got some amazing people that are going to be coming up, and we've got big announcements coming. I know I keep saying that, but there will be more. Scott, Alan, where can people find you? What do you got releasing? Anything dropping soon?
Alan?
I was going to say something, but I'm afraid now. You can find me on Facebook.
No bathroom humor, Alan.
I was going to say my balls are dropping, but
I knew you were going to say that. I thought they were stuck to your leg.
It won't be flaccid much longer.
What about Joe Hansen and the low balling? What's going on with that?
We're looking for a guest. We're looking for guests right now.
Stephen Landry. Y'all told me y'all were going to get Stephen Landry on.
I don't know what happened to that. So we got to get back in touch with Stephen. I honestly don't know what happened to that interview. So we'll have to get in touch with him. That's when Joe was getting ready for surgery and everything. So
Tony thinks we have 5 dongs for tonight. Thank you, Tony.
5 erect dongs. We got 5 17-year-old hardcore dongs tonight.
Yeah. My time of weekend.
Scott, where can we find you?
You can find me, Scott M. Baker, on Amazon, author's page. Scott Baker's Realm of Zombies, Vampires, and Monsters on Facebook. I am finishing up. The Nurse Alyssa 9 will be coming out April 1st. I have started the next Tatiana book, The Ghosts of Bethlehem Asylum. I'm still working on getting Waterworld into a box set print edition, but it is available 99 cents on Kindle, or you can buy the book separately. And I'm going to be having my first and only espionage thriller coming out sometime in the next 2 months.
Ooh,
Nice.
that sounds exciting.
Yeah, and that book had to have been vetted by the CIA. So,
even better.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I've got
that.
I've got Dawnbreaker coming out on the 17th. You can pre-order it now on Amazon. And
she said Dawn, not Dawn.
I know. I wasn't going to say it. I was thinking it.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker is a whole nother story that'll be coming back under the erotica.
That'll be on the erotica fiction list.
Kind of wish it was Dawnbreaker. That's funny.
Oh, y'all are crazy.
We will,
But
David.
tomorrow night, check it out. 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. It's going to be Weird Awakenings, and they're talking about the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh, well, maybe you can be a special guest. Because
I'll be working. That's my late.
What time?
8 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Tomorrow I may not be home then. I'm being taken out for my birthday.
Oh, well, I probably won't make it, so I'm trying to get someone to sit in for me, so who knows who will be there. But it should be interesting because you will have Henry Tully, Cecil Fletcher, Stephen Hill, and Morgana. The mysterious Morgana will be there.
Yeah.
And Jen, thank you so much for hopping on with us tonight.
Yeah.
We sure missed Mr. Restucci, but we love having you here. So
we hope we didn't ruin your reputation.
I don't know what reputation you're talking about, but we're not going to talk about it.
And y'all can catch Jen Salmons when we do our mysteries, weird mysteries, murders, and mayhem, because she often helps with those. And she's amazing. And I do believe that she has a special guest lined up for us to do a true crime deep dive onto the is it the Murdoch?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anybody want to jump in on that one? Let me know. We might have to do a panel because that's got a lot of stuff to dive into. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. It's been a lot of fun. And as always, stay weird.
Ciao, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Thank you.